tutorial. I am Syed Musakalim and today I'm going to show you model binding in ASP.NET Core 1.0. So let's get started. Basically, model binding allows you to pass data from your web page to the methods in your controllers. So model binding consists HTTP request. That HTTP request contains two things, that is the route data and another is data values. Route data consists of actions and controllers, which you are seeing here. Some of you may not know about controllers and actions, so for them I am showing how a controller looks like and an action also. You can see here, this is a controller, detail controller. In this way, basically these controllers are the classes only, but you need to put controller at the ending. As you can see here, detail controller, it's mandatory. It's a rule of ASP.NET. It inherits the controller class, base controller class. In this controller you can write your action methods. You can see here, these are some action methods. This is a create action method which I have defined here. This method is for HTTP GET request, not for the POST request. This action method is for the POST method, POST request, HTTP POST. They both are different. You can see here, this is the action method. If you want to call this action method, first you need to give the controller name in your HTTP request in the URL. Then you can define your action name. Then only you can access this create page. So let's get started with the model binding in MVC, in ASP.NET Core 1.0 MVC. I'm gonna show you how to create a model. Right click on this model folder, add new class, not new item. Models are the classes. So let's give some name called customers. Yeah, you can see here. In this model I would like to create some properties. So this way you can create properties. It's a shortcut to create properties. Type prop in your Visual Studio Editor and double tap. You can see here, this is the feature of Visual Studio. ID, can take integer here as a data type. And now let's take name. Let's take another property called email. In my earlier videos I have shown you how to create properties and how to validate forms as well in ASP.NET Core 1.0 using data annotations. So if you forgot to watch my previous videos, then be sure that check out my previous videos. Contact, this is a new property. So I have created 4 properties in the model class here, that is customers, ID, name, email and contact. So I want to give data annotations here as a required one. So the required class will not be inherited because that class, that using statement is not included at the top of the page. You can see here, so it is giving an error. So control dot, you can see some suggestions here, quick suggestions. At last you can see here using system.componentModel.data annotations. So right click on that. The error has gone. This way you can include the server side data annotations to validate your properties. And let's give required attribute data annotation to the name as well, name property as well. These all properties are required in my case. It depends on you. I'm not taking the ID as a required one, as we are not dealing with database here. It might give some issues while running or compiling our application, so it's better not to take required attribute to ID property. I'm gonna save this model, and I would like to create a view page for this model. In the views folder, here I would like to create a view for the customers. MVC view page. You can see here I would like to give name of the view page as customers.cshtml. The extension is cshtml because it's a Razor file. You can see here @ and curly braces represents Razor. So this is the powerful feature of ASP.NET MVC. If you want to know more about Razor, then visit ASP.NET documentation. You can get a lot more stuff about Razor and all other stuff regarding ASP.NET MVC. Now I would like to call my model here, which I have created just now, that is customers. You can see here. And now I would like to create a form here. ASP controller. The controller would be detail, and the ASP action would be customers. This is the form which we are creating to pass the data from this form to the method in this controller, which I haven't created yet. Firstly, I'm creating this form to bind our model, this customer's model. So method would be obviously post, and the role of this form will be form. Inside this form, I'm gonna take a div tag, and let's say ASP validation summary equals to model only, and inside this form let's take div tag, and let's say form group. Inside this form group is a class of a bootstrap. It's a predefined class in a bootstrap library, so just you have to call. Inside this form group, I'm gonna take label ASP4 equals to name. You can see here the Visual Studio is sensing the property names of this customer's model. You can see here, I'll show you once again. If I type NA, it is suggesting me that is the name property of customer's model, which we have created here. So this is the powerful feature of ASP.NET Core 1.0 MVC. This feature is also available in the previous versions of ASP.NET Core, which was the beta version, and let's call bootstrap class here control label column sm2. After this label tag, I would like to take another div tag and let's say column sm, the remaining 10 columns. As some of you might not know about bootstrap classes, why I am taking these classes. This is the column class and this is for the small devices, and this is this tag is telling that we are taking 2 columns on small devices. So there are basically 4 types of devices in bootstrap. XS means extra small, SM means small, MD means medium, and LG means large devices. So I am taking SM for small devices. In a row there are 12 different columns, so I am dividing not equally, I am dividing those columns. Firstly I am taking 2 columns for label and the remaining 10 columns will be for the input field. Let's take ASP for name, the name property. Let's save this and let's take this form group here, copy down, copy one more time and one more time, because we are having 3 properties. So delete this last form group, as we are having 3 properties. Let's type email. This label is for the email model, email property in model. This way you can bind your model to the web page, to the view page. I forgot to mention the class of input fields. The class will be form control. Let's copy the same class to other input fields as well. Copy here and paste it here and here also. We have taken name, email, and now take contact. So this is the view page of customers page, and now let's jump to the controller and let's create an action method for the customers view page. Scroll down here, let's take public, as the action methods obviously will be public. Let's say customers. Here is one thing you need to keep in your mind while creating action methods. Firstly I will return view. If you are creating an action in any controller, you have to give the name which you are giving to your view page. You can see here customers.cshtml. You can see here this customers.cshtml is the view page name. So this name you should give in your action method, action name. So it's mandatory in ASP.NET MVC. It's a standard. You need to follow this rule. So this is the view page, and let's say HTTP get. So HTTP get is an action verb which basically defines HTTP request. Either it is a get or it is a post. There are 2 types of HTTP action verbs, get and post. Basically these are the 2 most commonly used action verbs, get and post. So This action is for the get request, and I would like to create another action method for the post request. Customers return view semicolon. You can see here red squiggle, you can see, because we have two same actions. If we give HTTP post here, then the error will be gone. You can see here. Still it is not working. By giving HTTP action verb, you need to give, or you need to change something here, that is allow anonymous attribute. Here you can say validate anti-forgery token. This way you can give. Redirect. This is also another feature of ASP.NET MVC, ASP.NET Core MVC. Type control already defines customer with the same parameter type. It is telling that we have two same actions in this detail controller. Customers, let's scroll up and let's see if we have any customer action. No, we don't have. Customers, let's see how we can get out of this issue, because it is giving issue. Let's save. And I was telling you about the redirect to action. If you want to redirect to some action called index, let's suppose index, if the user submits your form from the view page, and instead of showing the view page like this way, if you want to redirect to any other action, then you can use this redirect to action, and in this method you can say index. So this will redirect you to the index action method. Let's run this application. I got the point why we are getting this issue in the customers class. Let's give customers no, it is giving that we are having two issues here, we need to fix. Let's take customers customers. The error is gone now. The mistake which I was doing here, I was not passing the parameter in this action method. We need to pass the parameter of a model class. Here you can see. So the error is gone now. Let's return the view. And now if the user submits the form from the view page, I would like to validate that form using this way. Model state dot is valid. If the user has successfully entered all the fields, then I would like to take one temporary message in the view back called congratulations. Congratulations, you have entered correct details. Put semicolon at the end. This is the view back. This is the dynamic property. You can store temporary data in this dynamic property. If the user enters all the fields, then the user submits the form, then this action will be executed. This action will be called if the user posts the data through the form. So if the user enter all the fields of a form, then I would like to display this temporary data on my view page here. By putting @ symbol, you can enter it into C#. If you view back dot message not equals to null, then display congrats. What I am doing here, if the user enter all the fields of a form, then I am storing this temporary message, congratulations, you have entered correct details, in this view back property, and I am showing and I am displaying this property on my view page. That's it. So this way you can bind your MVC model to the view page, and you can display the messages after the submission of a form. Let's run this application now and let's see how this application will work. Till then, I would like to show you my personal blog, that is techgeekm.tech.blog. Follow me on this blog. I used to post each and every update, each and every post regarding ASP.NET and other stuff of MVC. You can see here I have some post on my home page, that is view back, view data, temp data and session in ASP.NET MVC, and I have given the detailed description here along with the code, you can see here. So follow me on this blog and drop your feedbacks in the comment section below, and let me know how I can improve myself while coding or while explaining you. And I have also given my YouTube tutorials along with this explanation part. This helps you to understand in a better way. So follow me on this blog. Our application is running now. Let's see this will work or not. I forgot to give the submit button here. Let's take input. Let's say type submit, value submit, and let's call bootstrap class, that is button success. This is the home page, this is the index page. If you want to go to the customers page, then like I said, you have to give your controller name and your action name. Our controller name is details and our action name is customers. You can see here name Syed and email Syed Musa, or you can take Syed Musa @gmail.com. Contact number as 123456. 6. Let's submit this application, submit this form. You can see here, congrats. If I submit this form, if I post this form, then it is going to this action, that is HTTP post create action, customers action. In this, it is storing that congratulations, you have entered the correct details. This message I am not displaying on my view page. I am displaying only congrats. That's why it is showing congrats here. If you want to display this entire information, entire line, then you can display by removing this congrats and view back dot message. Let's save and let's refresh the browser. Continue. You can see here, congratulations, you have entered correct details. If I post the form, then it is validating the forms. And let's see, without filling all the fields, I am trying to submit this form without filling a field. It's required, it is not getting submitted to the post action. It is not posting your form to the customer's post action method. So this way you can bind your model to your view page and you can display a temporary messages if your model is being submitted. So hope you enjoyed this video, hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video.